These are your 8.4 notes. We are going to talk about trigonometry. All trigonometry is the study of triangle measurement. And each right triangle has a ratio we can set up so that we can figure out the measurements of its sides or its angles. So there are 3 words we need to learn: sine, cosine, and tangent. The sine is the ratio of the leg opposite the angle to the hypotenuse. Okay, so when I look at this triangle, the hypotenuse is across from the right angle. So the hypotenuse is C. It's always going to be C, no matter which angle we're looking at. So the sine of A, opposite, so I'm going to mark A. Opposite of A is little a, over hypotenuse is C. Okay, if I wanted to talk about B, angle B right here, I would say opposite of B is little b, over the hypotenuse, that's C. So whenever I talk about sine, I always talk about opposite hypotenuse. Whenever I talk about cosine, so the hypotenuse stays the same, but whenever I talk about cosine, I talk about adjacent and adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent means touching. So if I'm talking about angle A, right, why does that keep right there? The line that's touching angle A, that's not the hypotenuse, is B. So adjacent is B, hypotenuse is C again. When I want to talk about angle B, the adjacent angle that makes it up is A over the hypotenuse C. All right, the other thing we need to learn is tangent, the other term. And when we have tangent of an angle, tangent is opposite adjacent. So if I want to talk about angle A, opposite angle A is little a. Adjacent means they share, and that's B. If I want to talk about angle B, its opposite angle is little b, and its adjacent angle, the one it touches, the side it touches, is A. The adjacent side, sorry. So we have a little thing to help us remember sine, cosine, and tangent. We call it SOH, CA, TOA. Say that 3 times. SOHCAHTOA, SOHCAHTOA, SOHCAHTOA. So sine, S is for sine, the O is for opposite over hypotenuse. The C is for cosine, the A stands for adjacent over hypotenuse. And the T stands for tangent, and that's opposite over adjacent. Now I'm going to take my SOHCAHTOA and I'm going to write fractions for it. So the first one says, what's the sine of A? Angle A is right here. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and our hypotenuse here is 13 every time. So 5 over 13. The cosine of A, cosine is adjacent, 12 is adjacent over the hypotenuse, which is 13. The tangent of A, tangent's going to be opposite over adjacent, which is that 12. So now I have numbers for these. The sine of A is 5 over 13. Let's talk about C now. The hypotenuse stays the same. So the cosine of C, the sine of C, opposite hypotenuse, so 12 is its opposite, 13 is that triangle's hypotenuse. The cosine of C, it's adjacent, the other line that makes up the angle, so 5, we know our hypotenuse is 13. Tangent of C, that one is opposite, adjacent, 12 over 5. All right, let's do the same thing with number 2, but before we can do that, I have a missing side right here. When I have a right triangle, I can use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out my missing side. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So I'm going to say A, B, and the hypotenuse is always C. Sorry, this keeps jumping around. So it'd be 9 squared plus 12 squared equals C squared. 9 squared is 81. 12 squared is 144. When I add them together, I get 225 C squared. Now I square root that. The square root of 225 is 15. So that question mark that I didn't know what it was, it's really a 15. And that right there is going to be my hypotenuse. So let's write some fractions. The sine of W, angle W, opposite over hypotenuse is 15. Now that can be reduced, and if you would like to reduce it, I would love that. If you don't want to reduce it, I would take it how it is, because I know you know how to reduce on your calculators. The cosine of W, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and the tangent means opposite, which is our 12, over adjacent, which is our 9. All right, let's do the same thing for angle X. So angle X, opposite is 9, over hypotenuse is 15. The cosine of X, adjacent, 12 over hypotenuse 15. The tangent of X, we say opposite, 9 over adjacent, 12. All right, one more. First, we need to figure out our missing side. Let's call this A, we'll call the missing one B, and we know that C is our hypotenuse. 16 squared plus B squared equals 34 squared. All right, 16 squared is 256 plus B squared. 30 equals 34 squared is 1,156. Let's subtract 256. We get B squared equals 900. And then we square root it. The square root of 900 is 30. So we know that missing piece over here is a 30. Now, excuse me, now let's find the sine of L. So L's right here. Sine is opposite, so it'll be our 30. That's a 30, just trust me. Over hypotenuse, and our hypotenuse in this one is the LN, so it's 34. The cosine of L, adjacent, 16 over our 34 hypotenuse. The tangent of L is opposite, which is our 30, over that 16, that's our adjacent. Now let's find the sine for M. Oops, I didn't mean to erase that 30. The sine for M. So sine is opposite 16. The hypotenuse is still 34. The cosine for M, adjacent 30 over hypotenuse 34. And our tangent for M is opposite, which is that 16, over adjacent, which is that 30. What I need you to do now is do your IXL. We are going to do IXL Algebra 1, HH1. And all you're going to do on that is to do what we just did, find the sine or the cosine or the tangent, but when you do it, instead of writing your answer in a fraction like we have, type it in your calculator, say 16 divided by 30, and get the decimal answer and have 2 places after your decimal. All right, good luck. Thanks.